yeah, man, you just gotta teach from the heart, you know. It's like just because you speak the language doesn't mean
Doesn't
you
mean you
can
can teach it, right?
exactly. If you speak multiple languages, each language carries a different personality. Acknowledge where you are, understand that your past is the past and what happened has happened, but learn from it. In a state of undress, basically. And that was the most shocking thing that had happened to me.
Can you talk to us a little bit about your career? Because
Mhm.
I know you did a whole, like, a lot of things,
Had my hand in a lot of cookie jars.
basically, right? So could you talk to us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Where do I start?
We're talking about careers, right?
Okay.
So basically what you do
Perfect.
and how did you get here?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think if I have to describe myself in my career, I'd say I work in education and English teaching first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
Getting here was a journey. It wasn't easy, but it had its moments, and I'm thankful for every step of it. There's a lot of traveling, a lot of education, a lot of, growing pains that came along with it. Met a lot of people, both good and bad, but you know what?
Yeah.
I don't regret a second of it.
That's a very important attitude to have,
Absolutely, right?
You know, especially if you're talking about, you know, and I'm not talking about LinkedIn, right?
Yeah,
Because
of
LinkedIn,
course.
everything is, you know, over, I don't know, Photoshop. Careers are photoshopped on LinkedIn,
That
right?
that is very true. I think
Yeah.
the thing is when you go on LinkedIn, you see all these people kind of literally bragging about what they've done over their careers, and
There's a picture. I'm gonna show it to you later
okay.
about an elephant basically sucking its own thing.
Okay, that's an image.
That's the guy who drew it actually knows exactly what he's doing.
Okay.
And the comment was the whole LinkedIn community.
That's
And honestly, I know not everyone on LinkedIn is
definitely.
like that, right? Like
Mhm.
there are people. Very recently, I met a few people that
Right.
you feel that they're genuine, that they're actually
Mm,
sharing their
yeah.
experiences. But the overall vibe in LinkedIn is
Mm,
just like, look at me, how great I am. Like
mm.
I'm amazing.
It's like I'm the
You
hot shot.
you losers.
Y'all beneath me,
You know, y'all beneath me basically. But yeah, like
Mm,
it's a very important attitude to have, you know. Like there are always going to be like good people, good
absolutely.
experiences, bad experiences, right? First thing I want to kind of get your thought on
Hmm.
is teaching English in Japan.
Yes.
Like I did two podcasts with previous English teachers,
Wonderful.
right, in Japan. One of them still does it, Asia,
Mm.
and one of them already moved. Now she works
Okay.
in tourism, I guess.
Oh, nice.
And she likes to travel a lot. So basically, Rachel basically went into what she wanted to do.
Perfect.
For you, like,
Mm.
why English teaching and why
Mm.
Japan?
Well, I think I'll have to start when I was younger. I honestly would have liked to just listen to people talk. It's a weird hobby, definitely. Well, it's not just people.
I
It's
still do it, by the way. This is my job now. Yeah.
it started when I was
Yeah.
a kid and I would just listen to animals, and my mom would have me like in the balcony, just
Animals?
yeah, like birds. I imitate bird calls. I remember very vivid memory.
Yeah.
First time watching Jurassic Park. I love dinosaurs. I just love science in general, but dinosaurs specifically and paleontology, archaeology, I'm just really into it. So when you add like a really nice soundtrack and an expertly crafted sound system for the creatures in the movie,
Oh yeah.
absolutely divine. My mother didn't really agree with the sounds that I was making. Obviously, she thought I was
That's not what.
I was staring down
Yeah.
the proverbial aisle of madness, but
Mm,
yeah, I had a thing for sound when I was a kid,
mm,
just in general, whether that be music, whether that be looking into how people talk and the way the tone shifts when someone's angry. I would like the minutia of that, and that kind of translated into my love of languages now.
mm.
And the first language that I feel I connected with was English.
Speak other languages too?
Yeah, I
What?
mean, I grew up learning German because we lived there for about a year when I was 4.
So you have German?
So, ja, ich
You have a
spreche
little bit.
Deutsch.
Damn, my brother, Muhammad, like, listen to this. Yeah. Like, dude speaks German.
Guten
Nice.
Tag.
Guten Tag, yeah.
Geht's.
All I know is like, ich liebe dich. Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
that's what I
I
know.
don't think you need
I don't think you need that anymore, right?
No.
Yeah. So yeah, then
So basically, that love of languages turned into me wanting to know how to connect with people through their own language. And, my dad being a physician, he traveled a lot when I was growing up. So we've been to many international communities, a lot of them English speaking, because, like right now, the lingua franca is English everywhere you go, except for Japan, obviously. But you know what?
But it's gotten better.
But
though.
it's got absolutely no. Since I
Right, but-
came here,
I came here. Sorry to
No,
interrupt. Right,
please.
like in 2013,
Mm.
and English was a dead language by then. Like, I
Wow.
don't know. Like it was like, I thought like I have English, I'm gonna be able to communicate with people. Not really. Not really.
It was much more.
Recently, I think, especially after the Olympics, for some reason, like I don't know what happened.
Okay.
But many more younger generation, they're very invested in learning English. In the dental community, you would rarely find dentists who speak English.
Yeah.
Now, the younger generation of dentists, and younger generation is a relative term,
Okay.
but like 30s, yeah,
They're getting into it.
they're getting into it. Yeah, they're having like classes and they take online courses to improve their English. So
It's impressive.
yeah, but yeah, please, I keep interrupting you.
Oh no,
Sorry, yeah.
Don't worry about
Yeah.
it. Think what happened next was because we grew up, mainly a lot of my formative years, I would say, were in the UAE, where I would speak English a lot actually while I was over there, mostly because most of my classmates were from different countries, mostly English speaking as well. We went to international school.
Yeah.
And I grew up playing video games and reading comic books, just proud geek and nerd all the way. And I loved reading. I think that was definitely one of the best hobbies that anybody could pick up, whether old or young. Definitely young works a lot better because it builds you up. Like,
Yeah.
you start knowing a lot more about the world, about how you view the world itself. Like, you become not analytical per se, but you get to catch like the little details and everything. And I think that's one thing that I like to see with sound, especially. So
How does it?
for instance, let's say I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. So growing up watching different iterations of Spider-Man and playing different Spider-Man games with obviously, different voice actors, it inspired me as well to kind of go into that field later on in my life. And basically just listening to how they would enunciate certain words, how they would pour out their emotions in certain dialogue scenes, that really got to me. And I felt that one day, yeah, that could be a career.
And how did that move you into teaching English? Like going back to the original.
Perfect. Perfect question. I think it was just like the sound aspect of it is how I noticed that some of my teachers would be from different backgrounds, different countries, and then they would sound very different. So, for example, I had a teacher, his name was Mr. Declan. He was Northern Irish, but he had no Irish accent. And actually, he spoke in, as I'm going to demonstrate right now, a very British accent, actually. And it was quite impressive. It didn't really strike me that he was from Northern Ireland at the time, because they speak with a rather distinctive accent.
Now we're
So-
now we're there.
So,
Now
so that's what you would think
Yeah,
is
yeah.
associated with that part of the world, but then you get to see like how they speak and what type of jokes they make, what type of culture they have behind the language, even if it is just a dialect, right? It still makes a world of difference.
Yeah, and I don't know. When dialects, like I remember, I was always fascinated by the dialects, like
Yeah.
accents, right? Irish and Scottish though, like always confused the hell out of me. Like I was like, I remember there was I had a Scotch patient when I was in Yemen,
Okay.
and I was like, you said you're from Scotland, but like I can't understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like
man.
I can, like, how come? Like he said, because I'm not speaking you in Scotch.
Yes.
Like like he's literally dumbing it down so we
Pretty
can
much.
understand. Recently I've also interviewed a dentist from Scotland, but he lives in Ireland right now.
Oh wow.
So I thought because he's from because I knew he came from
Of
Ireland,
course.
that this was the Irish accent. Because but
Mhm.
I thought like
That doesn't
that
sound
doesn't
Irish.
sound Irish, right? And then like he told me, no, I'm from Scotland. I was like, okay, that's
There you go. That
okay, that makes sense. When you're teaching,
yes.
right? Uh, which like students expect to be taught in which accent or in which language? Or
Hmm.
like, is there like a system that you have to teach in?
Not particularly. I think it really depends on the student as well, because usually students have different needs, right? Some of them will be going to either the UK, then I'm mostly in my teaching at there's this thing called a teaching voice that every teacher has.
Demonstrate, please.
So, well, Akram, how's it going today?
I'm doing fine.
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, what did you do?
That's British, isn't it?
It is.
So
I know I normally so I growing up I was taught in the British system, and in high school I was in the IGCSE program, so British all the way.
British all the way.
But formatively, I would say I grew up with American games more so, but I was also enamored by British culture.
Just a quick question
sure.
about like right now. This was a very interesting point that that you teach in, right? Is there like something that people get wrong, or like their misconception about teaching English, generally speaking,
Okay.
and especially teaching English in Japan?
To answer your question in general terms, I think teachers, or at least their status, has changed a lot in the last 20 to 30 years. I think if you go back to, like, you could ask your parents even about how teachers were looked up to, and how they were influential in building up not just, a classroom, but an entire generation of kids. And especially when you have that one teacher that really strikes you as compassionate, helpful, just, somebody that you can connect to outside the classroom as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's really impactful. Unfortunately, that image has been, I think the best word I can think of is tarnished, because nowadays in mostly any school, I think in Japan it's a little bit different, but from my experience in Egypt, there have been a lot of, let's say, less than stellar children in classrooms, whether they be in their early years or just later on in life. But coming to Japan and teaching, so just to give you a context of the kind of teaching I do, I've thankfully been trying to be an all-rounder. So coming to Japan, there's like a few areas of teaching. I'm sure my colleagues might have mentioned it earlier. So there's the standard going to school to teach, ALT kind of jobs. So you're an assistant language teacher.
Basically, yeah.
Mostly there's not a lot you can do in those classes as your own teacher. So the senior teacher would be a JTE, or a Japanese teacher of English.
Basically, yeah.
So they run the classroom, they have the plans, everything. You just facilitate things, and you're basically kind of the person or the stand-in for the native speaker.
Yeah.
But if you want your own thing, then you'd be looking for either getting into an eikaiwa or a conversation school. Mostly, there are some in Japan that are big name brands internationally as well, but there are also some that are local and run by mom and pops, basically both Japanese and non-Japanese.
Yeah.
But your mileage may vary with those, and there's a lot we can talk about. Oh, absolutely.
Greatly, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that goes for both students and teachers. But this is mainly what I'm doing at the moment. So I teach at a major eikaiwa here in Japan. No names mentioned, but basically one of the main things about working for eikaiwa is that you can have your own schedule. You can basically be more open to speaking with students who are coming in for specific purposes. But for me, I didn't want that to be the be all end all. So they do offer other programs like corporate offsite, where you go to multinational or Japanese companies and basically teach them business English. But for me, I wanted something more than that. So I wanted to join a very big British NGO. I think the name is within
No,
it,
I think this one's fine.
No, yeah. So the British Council. I'd become a member of the organization for a while, and one of their programs is offsite teaching to a kind of project that they have with a local ward here in Japan, in Tokyo specifically. Yeah, my experience wasn't the best with that, unfortunately.
What
There was a
happened?
lot of struggles.
Like, if there is
Um,
something that you can mention,
no, of course,
and that would not hurt
no, absolutely not.
anyone.
No. It's just
Yeah.
there was a lot of health struggles. It was mentally challenging. There were a lot, and there was a lot of stress with that job,
Associated with that
unfortunately.
job.
Yes, especially
Was
with
it
that job.
because of the system of things that are going, or because of the school system, or like what happened?
Basically a bit of everything. It was just like getting the commute obviously was a big part of it because in the morning everybody's like rushing to get to work. Again, it's like where you're placed, right? But
Yeah.
that school in particular was in an area of Tokyo that was very business heavy, I would say, or at least there were a lot of factories, so a lot
Okay.
of workers going there.
Okay. Catching the early morning train is, yeah,
No,
not a fun experience to
no,
say the least in
never.
Japan. Just putting it out there. If someone is interested in moving to Japan and
One of those things,
taking on this challenge, do not recommend.
and you never get used to it too. It's like
It gets worse. Gets worse. Like there's no
no,
getting used to it.
no.
Like yeah, you feel like, oh, yeah, I know what I'm getting myself into, but I'm not enjoying it, and it's
Mm-mm.
never gonna be okay.
No, and then it sets you up for the day too, right? Because you're already stressed out. Like
Yeah.
you wake up stressed, you get on the train stressed, you get even more stressed, and then you arrive, and it's like
And then you're just ready to explode.
man,
Yeah.
that was an experience.
Okay.
But yeah, that's
Interestingly, like when we were talking earlier, you told me like your major was not actually English
it was
teaching.
not.
What was it?
It's computer science, actually, software engineering specifically.
Damn, like that's a
So,
like you kind of like
I did a 180 for sure.
basically, right? What was the point that you realized, like obviously you told me like your love for languages, for sounds, accents
Yeah.
drove your decision in getting your career in the path of teaching English, right? But what was the point that you were like, okay, I'm done with computer science and I'm teaching English?
I'd say that was a lot later into my education. So I think it was around the second year of university. It's the halfway point, and basically it's a 4-year program.
Yeah.
And I figured, what am I doing with my life? Like it's I didn't feel like I was going to university to learn something. A lot of what we were learning already, I could have just maybe looked up online or just literally did like a correspondence course. But
Computer science, like, doesn't it feel like that
it
more
does.
and more every day?
Absolutely.
Like, especially now with YouTube, and even if not
And
in
AI.
YouTube, like AI, like ChatGPT, god damn, like it help you through anything.
Dude.
Basically IT related, right?
Absolutely.
And if by chance you don't find this information out there, there are courses that you can take online,
Exactly.
or like people you can ask. And
Yeah.
you don't really need a university to go there,
I
right?
think that's what I realized. And at the same time, I noticed that the job market in Egypt and the Arab world wasn't built for software engineering, or at least the type of software engineering that I was studying for, because it was mostly managerial. So it was a lot more focused on project management rather than just sitting down and coding for like 16 hours. That really wasn't me.
Yeah, and we have friends that are engineers, like, or
But we
code
did.
engineers, right? And they enjoy coding.
Yeah.
Why? Like in your in your point of view, you know, why would people enjoy just writing code all day?
Well, I would say it's mostly
And I'm
no,
and I'm
no.
not trying to disrespect anyone, but I like using computers to edit, to, you know, create things,
Yep.
but coding just seems like a pretty, I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it.
There is a very huge appeal to it because especially if you're not very social, you don't like dealing with people, it can be relaxing. It's a good catharsis because you're also solving a problem in a way because technically you're creating something from scratch that also scratches a really nice itch, but also at the same time you're kind of just getting into the zone, right?
True,
You
and
just
especially, you
block
know,
everything out.
the point of, you know, if you're not really that social, like
Yeah.
I know a lot of people like that. And yeah, like coding, yeah, seems to be, yeah, now that you said that, yeah, now I see, now I
Yep.
see, yeah. Um, Talking about like, you know, you obviously, you know, you just decided to go back to English teaching,
Yeah.
go into English teaching. And can you tell me again, like what you just figured out, like it was the midpoint of your university studying, and you realized that this is not
This is not my path.
this is not it.
And I figured the next best thing is to go entrepreneurial and just carve my own path with a friend of mine. Well, things didn't work out then, but I was always willing to not experiment per se, because experiment usually carries a lot of risks. And I'm not saying that I'm not a risk taker, but I like something that's calculated, something that I can think about, something that I know will lead somewhere. Which, to my team's credit and building up that startup, things were going well up to a point. But again, because I was also studying at the same time, things didn't really pan out all that well, and I was kind of burnt out at the time, just from all the studying, balancing work as well. But I felt that I need something that comes from me, because I think up until that point, I'd made friends. Like, I did have a friend group. I'm a bit introverted, I'm not gonna lie, but I think put me in front of a camera, put me on stage, and I'll just be like just, myself. I don't know why.
You don't
I
mind.
don't have stage fright, thankfully.
Nice.
I just, like, once I have a presentation to do and you put me on a pedestal somewhere, I can take it from there.
Nice. There are, I think, many people who are still studying computer science, and I don't know if they're questioning their career path, right? But let's say if someone is like has similar interests to you, and who are interested in probably, I don't know, teaching English, trying to take another career path, trying to, if they would have copied your formula, what are the things that they would fail in? What are the things that they should actually concentrate in, and in order to make this kind of transition a successful one?
Okay, I think generally, I think that works for anybody who's, like, willing to make a big change in their life, is acknowledge where you are, understand that your past is the past and what happened has happened, but learn from it. And I think that's my whole life journey. I've been learning, and I've been willing to learn from a lot of things that have happened. So one thing that I believe pushed me to teach English is going back and seeing how my English learning kind of shaped me into the person I am now. Made me a more confident speaker, because I don't know if you've read that paper on how if you speak multiple languages, each language carries a different personality.
I haven't read the paper, but I read articles that talk about the paper itself. Yeah.
No, it's a really nice read. I mean, if you come across it, it's incredible.
Interestingly, though, if you learn a language, like, your personality changes depending on the language itself that you're speaking, and that hit me. Because I realized that my personality kind of changes in depending on the language that I hear, that I speak. And interestingly enough, for you guys, is that my English personality is my favorite one, to be honest.
And mine as well. And that comes back to the decision I made to go into English teaching, because I felt like because again, having I would say a really good command of English at a young age, I think that helped me help people around me, whether it be just for regular stuff like getting ready for interviews, or if somebody's, like, traveling and they need, like, help with documents or anything like that, or just communicating with somebody in English. I think I use that as a vessel to just be a better version of myself first, and then also being able to help people reach that goal. And that's when I realized it.
When you were growing up and you found yourself like, okay, I'm actually good at English.
Yeah.
Okay. Did that kind of draw a career path in your mind, like in the back of your head, that, okay, when I grow up, I want to have this for work, or want to do this for a living?
Funnily enough, never. It
Not at all.
never crossed my mind. I don't know why.
What did you think you're gonna grow up and do?
Many things. I wanted to work as a physician, like, my parents. I also wanted to work in
Typical Arab, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. The typical Arab household.
Yeah.
I wanted to work in investigative journalism. I wanted to work with Interpol for some time. That's also been a big one.
Nice.
Just basically use what language skills I have to kind of
You,
propel me forward. What's up?
sorry to interrupt again, but you told me at one point you went to the North Pole.
Yeah.
How
So,
did, like, sorry, he said Interpol, and I just remembered
the
North
North
Pole.
Pole. Yeah.
Like, what happened there? Like, why did you go
It
there?
was a scientific expedition, and there was a team of Finnish and Norwegian scientists.
Okay.
Some of them did have a good command of English, but they needed somebody as a quote unquote scribe, if, as it were, to help them with writing like their findings.
Okay.
So I met them through friends of friends who, and that's the next part of the story. How I decided to become a teacher. I was about to graduate. I just had one more semester to clear, and of course, working on my graduation project at the time,
Oh.
which was AI related. I was going to because
Thank you for doing this. Thank you for proving up with all this AI bullshit that we're using right now. Yeah.
It was just basically this AI that would open up curtains and just stuff at home. That was our demo, but I mean,
Yeah.
not to go off topic.
Yeah.
I was because the internet at home unfortunately wasn't the best. I'd go to this co-working space that wasn't too far from home,
Oh.
and I'd met the owner, and I asked, I have some free time. Do you guys have somebody teaching English here?
Mm-hmm.
And they basically had me meet like the lead teacher of English. And basically in Egypt, because it's a non-English speaking country, there's a big market for people who do want to emigrate, whether to study or live abroad, to study for the IELTS test.
Oh, yeah.
So there was also another test. I don't know if you've heard of it, the Occupational English Test, or OET.
No.
It's basically IELTS, but for healthcare professionals.
Okay.
So it's more focused on how you communicate with patients. So it's available for doctors, dentists, technicians, just the whole 9 yards. And because I came from a medical background, like at home, obviously, I figured I would be well suited for that. So I asked if we could like include that as a curriculum. And I worked like part-time there for a good period, but I felt like if I want this as a career, I need a certification. So that pushed me the next part of the journey. So I went to basically see, all right, if I want to teach English anywhere in the world, what do I need? And then I found out that through the British Council, they offer a certificate called the CELTA, or the Certificate of English Language Teaching for Adults. And I enrolled. It was in Cairo. I'm from Alexandria, by the way, guys. So for us in Cairo, we've got like a little rivalry in a way. So
Yeah.
but being there, and just being around all that history, it always like brings my heart to joy. Of course, I don't like the traffic, but thankfully,
In Cairo?
yeah, oh yeah,
Is it like that? Is it Alexandria also that
it's
crowded?
turning into a mini Cairo, unfortunately, in some aspects,
not
but not as horrible as Cairo.
I've been to Cairo, man. Like that rush hour is
It's
insane.
insane.
And taxi drivers aren't the nicest people to meet.
No,
Oh,
no. I mean, with
mildly,
all respect
put
to
it
taxi drivers
mildly.
out there, yeah, that's
Yeah, they're just like, I remember in Yemen, if two people curse at each other
right.
at that level,
Mhm.
they're gonna get out of the cars and probably shoot each other or stab each other, or like
so it
there will
escalates.
be
Hands to
physical
mouth.
contact.
Okay.
Egypt, Cairo, not really. Everyone got everything on their chests. They just said it, and everyone wants in their own path. Like
That's it.
that I was actually impressed. I was like, this is a cool way to go about it, to be honest. Just get it out of your system, move on.
Walk away. That's
Yeah,
it.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we knew.
But that was actually another really positive experience, because up until that point, I'd figured, honestly speaking, I need like an honest conversation with myself about like not just myself, but the people around me. Who do I want to have in my life? Because up until that point, I didn't really use social media that much. I'd actually only used Facebook for like this one group for university, and that's it. And like I would have people like contact me on Telegram only. I would like vehemently not use WhatsApp or any other types.
Why?
Just I felt
Why go that route?
because they were distracting at the time. At least in my case, I felt like I would just scroll through Facebook, and like now we've got doom scrolling, you know.
Yeah.
Wasted a lot of time, and honestly, when I like disconnected, it felt very impactful because I could like focus on like doing voice acting or like reading a lot more, spending time with family.
Yeah. And when was that?
That was in 2017.
Ah, so yeah, so that was also like on social media, like when Facebook is kind of addictive also. It's not,
Definitely.
I thought you were talking about much earlier time.
No, I think much
But yeah,
earlier.
2017,
Mhm.
2018, yeah, Facebook was a thing actually. Little do we know, now we have TikTok and Instagram.
Oh
It's just
God.
like doom scrolling is insane.
It's become an epidemic, unfortunately, if not a pandemic.
Yeah, it's insane. Anywho, right? Uh, when you decided to, okay,
Yeah.
you wanted to become an English teacher, right? Uh, what were your family, what were your parents' reaction to this kind of thing? Like, because they obviously paid money to have
Yeah,
you
of course.
study,
Of course.
and now you want to kind of like switch up completely on that career path. Was there any
That's a good
support?
question.
Was there
Oh,
any,
mhm.
challenging?
I think, well, with my parents, they were very supportive all the way from
Mm.
everything I've gone through in life. But I would say there was no pushback with that in particular because I'd gone through the journey of trying to find a job in software engineering,
Mm.
only to be met with either we don't hire new hires without like previous experience. Of course, I can get 5 years of experience from thin air.
Where would I get the 5-year experience if
like,
no one's gonna hire me?
Just like hire me for 5 years, I don't have the experience. Makes sense.
Easy.
But it's like all the work was related to coding. There wasn't really anything in the market that would have somebody start off as a software engineer from a managerial perspective. So it definitely put my morale on at a low point, but
Mm.
I figured this is a good time to kind of push for getting a certification. And I broached the subject to my parents,
Mm.
and they were supportive all the way. Like my dad was
Go for it.
just gave me the green light, and mom pushed me for it. So
Right. Now, how many years have you, like, since 2018?
2018, I think
Right?
would be.
That's now 2026.
Yep.
8 years,
So 8 years.
right? What was the part that you
Mm.
did not expect about this job? Or
Mm.
like, you obviously taught before that,
Mhm.
not teach the wow.
There you go.
Nice. So obviously taught before, but after choosing this as a career path
Mm.
and doing this for years
Right.
now, was there a part that you thought was like, okay, I did not think this is gonna be this way,
It's like I
or a
did not
part
sign
that
up for
was,
this.
yeah,
Mm.
what was it?
Multiple ones actually. I think it's just being met with the reality that as a teacher, you're not really looked at very fondly. And I could get that from some of my students, not all of them. Like some of them are incredible people that I've really loved teaching, but it's is that sometimes you would be looked down upon in a way, and it was,
Looked down upon?
well, not directly. It was just, sometimes students would miss classes just because, they don't like you for you. I mean, obviously my identity and background kind of have a thing to do with it somewhat, I guess.
Being
Being Muslim,
Middle
being
Eastern?
Arab, yeah,
Being,
basically.
oh, really? Okay.
Like I've had a guy who actually came in and he just like started cursing out Muslims for fasting during Ramadan. It was ridiculous. It was just like, bro,
What's
what are
your
you? I was
problem
like,
with
bro,
that?
what are you doing here? And funny enough, it was during Ramadan as well. So
That was during Ramadan
I
too?
was fasting, and he was like, all right, I know this is a test. I'm like, I'm just gonna keep my fast. I'm gonna listen to what this guy has to say and just fire back in the most polite way possible.
We were just talking, like, do you get hangry or no?
For me, I'd say not hangry, but just I wouldn't explode in anger, but I would just feel like I just want to eat right now. For the love of God, I just get like very disproportionately frustrated.
I understand that. I
Yeah.
understand that. I take a step above though. I get hangry, and I
Gotcha.
don't know, like, and I didn't know that about myself either.
Hmm.
But yeah, but this is great. Like, at least you realizing that you're just frustrated
Yeah.
is a very interesting point. Any other things that you shocked you during your teaching? years?
Sometimes how forward students can be. Because sometimes if they feel very confident about them sharing things with you, because again, I feel like teaching different students from different cultures and different countries,
Mm,
it kind of shows you how they approach, how they want to be educated,
mm,
and how they see the kind of classroom that they want. And obviously, because in Eikaiwa, usually they kind of give them more of a freedom to express themselves, and
mm,
which they really don't a lot in outside of like the classroom environment.
true.
So a lot of times they would, usually they don't overshare, but when they do, it's kind of jarring
A
in a
little
way.
bit too much.
Sometimes it depends on the details,
Okay,
obviously. So,
can you give us an
there was a
maybe
guy.
not too explicit?
Well, there was a guy who basically showed me a photo on his phone of him being drunk and not very disorderly. Well, I should say very disorderly in that
Very
case. Very disorderly and rather
Mm.
in a state of undress, basically. And that was the most shocking thing that had happened to me within the booth. So I was not expecting somebody to
Oh,
share that type
that type of
of
thing.
photo. But I've been poked, I've been prodded before.
Poked?
Yeah, like this lady who just had a thing for squishy people, I guess. I don't know. She
Yeah.
saw, because guys, I've been trying to lose weight for a while. Thankfully, it's going somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, good. Like we are on the same path, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
it's like
yeah,
this lady walks in, and literally within like the first 5 minutes of us talking, she just does this, pokes me like around my midsection. I just like, what are you
what are you
doing?
doing? Literally.
What are you doing? Thankfully, my manager was like, my manager
What
was
is
there.
that?
Manager was there. He understood the situation. He basically told me, all right, I'm just gonna talk to her. We're gonna sort this out. But like, you're good. It's just like, if do you have any more lessons? Like, I got like 3 more lessons. Like, I'm sorry. I
Okay,
wish I could
so
take them
she
off.
books so she books like a few lessons with you.
No, that was actually the first time. So that was our
So
first.
that's what I'm saying. Like the first time and she already booked 3, 4 lessons.
Well, she hasn't booked any lessons with me after that, thankfully, because he blocked her off of my schedule. So,
Okay. Okay.
what a time to be alive, you know.
Nice. I mean, yeah. I mean, but especially in Japan, like people are not touchy feely.
Not at all, and
Like there's no touching.
no. And even when it does happen, it's usually because if somebody's like super inebriated or under the influence of something, but it's not. You never almost see
Yeah, right.
anyone like have any physical affection towards each other. So I didn't get it.
It's changing again.
It is.
It is changing
Definitely.
again. Public displays of affection are also increasing.
Yes.
Touchy feely.
And especially the younger generation too, guys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's kind of it's not the Japan that we're used to
I wouldn't
in
say
in
so.
in
No.
in a way. Just saying. Uh, do you ever feel burnt out during this job?
I think when I was working with the British Council, I started to get burnt
Do you
out.
have anything good to
Working
say
on-
about that
No,
experience?
no. Yes, I do. No, definitely. I think it was an experience. So here's the thing: like any
Yeah.
experience I walk into, whether it was like 90% positive or 90% negative, you will learn something at the end of the day.
True. Yeah.
Like,
I believe I wholeheartedly believe so.
at the same time, it was just a time that really tested my mental fortitude a lot, because I was going into work already feeling tired, and at the time I developed a respiratory illness, like a very serious one that I just was not expecting. And of course, that affected my performance at work, which inevitably led to me not continuing my work with the British Council. But I honestly don't regret a minute of it. I just regret, maybe the only thing I regret is not taking care of myself a little bit better, or realizing that things were going downhill, and I could have caught that a little bit earlier. But that's
It is what
it is. What it is.
It is what it is. Yeah. It is what it is a word that I have been repeating a lot recently, just to say the least. Was there like as a career path of teaching English or
Yes.
teaching in general, what were your fears in kind of joining this kind of career path, and how did you overcome these kinds of thoughts or fears?
So I think when it comes to pedagogy, which is how you would basically teach the methodology, basically more the academic side, I was very confident in. It's just I was afraid that I wouldn't come across as a person who'd be able to teach well.
Especially you're young, right? You are
Exactly.
on the younger
Mhm.
side.
Well, I'm
Like
32 now. I don't think that's young,
32,
but
I'm 41 right now. You're
come
still
on.
almost 10 years younger now. No, but honestly, like
Hmm.
uh, most people, I think, especially in Japan, as a
Yeah.
society,
Hmm.
they judge people based on their age, on
Yes,
their seniority,
definitely.
right? Uh, my like there are so many situations that I can think of
Mm,
that age was the main issue
right.
of like whether you're too old or too
Hmm.
young for a certain role or
Yeah.
certain job, right? So for you, was that a problem? Did that kind of,
Age-wise,
yeah.
I didn't really notice it at first, but then I noticed when different types of students would take my lessons. Like a lot of my clients, for some reason, are on the older side. I'm starting to see a lot younger people now, but I think it's because I mainly teach in Akihabara.
Mhm.
So a lot of the people who work there are either working in like big technological
Mm.
um like institutions, or they would just be literally a couple of stops over.
Mhm.
So a lot of them are just, a career men in their own rights. They want to either advance in their own careers, build their own thing, or try to just learn English wherever they can.
I see.
But no, I think age-wise on my side, people were kind of. The funny thing is, people would say I'm in my 50s for some reason. I didn't get that. But again, I used to have a beard, like a bigger beard than that. So I think that might
Maybe
have
that
really
that had a bit,
but I,
maybe that
I don't really
has some
see
reason
age as a.
to it. But 50s, no, I wouldn't push it that far. No, no. Uh,
No, but in terms of ageism,
yeah,
on like how it affected me personally, nothing.
not really.
There was no particular time that I felt.
As people who are interested in following a similar career path,
Hmm.
who do you think your story
Hmm.
could help out the most? Were there
Hmm.
people who have certain characters or certain aspirations
Hmm.
like you had that you think if you're like this,
Hmm.
maybe do the same, follow these similar
Right.
steps?
I think earlier you did ask me about what people's misconceptions are
Yeah.
about English teaching. I think language teaching in general, you don't really see the impact of it a lot on other
Mm.
people, right?
Mm.
Unless you're a teacher.
Mm.
So one of the main reasons that got me into the this career path is how I, with what I've got, could help someone transform their life into the better, and that's
Mm.
what I felt the most before coming to Japan, because doing that OET teaching helped a lot of my students move to the UK, move to Australia, move to the US, and transforming their lives
Mm.
into what they'd wanted. So it's kind of a way to help people reach their dreams.
Mm.
So I feel like it's good for people who are compassionate, people who want to help others out and feel like they're growing with that.
Mm.
But also, I feel like it could be interpreted as a way to really honestly ask yourself, what do you want? Because people are going to keep telling you, do this, do that, go there, talk to this person, talk to that person. But at the end of the day, what really will satisfy your soul is what your soul is saying.
Mhm. True. One more point. It's what you just mentioned. Like
Hmm.
people give off all kinds of advice,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like people are just
Solicited, unsolicited.
exactly right. And I remember there was a point in my life where I was in Yemen. I wanted to go abroad.
Hmm.
I was just like, okay, this is not for me, and I don't want to be here. It's time to move. It's time to move to another place. And there was this
Hmm.
person who was on. I think he had good intentions, right?
Of course.
I discussed with him applying for the Japanese
Hmm.
scholarship, this mixed, and he told me, no, but no, I wouldn't recommend you to go there. I was
Hmm.
like, why? He said, because all you do is research and
Hmm.
you don't really get to practice.
Mhm.
You don't get, which is, in all honesty, like that is 100% true.
All right.
But in my own situation, in my particular situation, I wanted out.
You just wanted your foot out the door.
I wanted my foot out the door. I wanted to get higher education.
Okay.
The whole system did not work for me. I
Gotcha.
didn't like it, right? So I needed change, and I needed it now.
Yeah.
And there were no other opportunities. I applied for many,
Mhm.
but the one that gave me the full package basically was
Right.
Japan, right? Like full scholarship, tickets to Japan and back,
Perfect.
covering the education fees and monthly stipend, and
Hmm.
no other opportunity gave me this whole thing together,
Right.
right? So I was like, Japan,
Mhm.
right? Let's go. And this is what I'm saying. Like
Mhm.
some people try to give advice like that. Uh, regarding your field
Yes.
and teaching English and this kind of career, are there people that you feel that give a certain advice that is dishonest?
Hmm.
That's something that people keep repeating, but you feel like, nah,
I don't feel
this is
it.
not it. Yeah.
I think, yeah, there's a lot that come to mind, but I think the one that's kind of, again, not trying to be explicit here, but it's regurgitated a lot. It's yeah, man, you just got to teach from the heart, if your students feel what you want to tell them, you're going to be just fine. Don't worry about, the grammar, the all that. Just give them good phrase and you'll be fine. I'm like, well, that's a part of it, but you should also look at the accuracy because again, like even if I'm speaking to you as like a foreigner who doesn't know any Arabic, by the way, maybe I only know a few words. If I speak with you with more confidence that I have, a good foundation of grammar, I can put like the words together, I know the word order. It basically makes you more communicative and at the same time you know exactly what to say and it doesn't hold you back. Whereas if it's just, take this phrase, take that phrase, and eh, it's good in like smaller context, but if you want to take a conversation to the next level, or if you in business especially, accuracy is super important.
I tried teaching English, by the way, for a little bit of time as a part-time job.
Yes.
And I did not know how difficult that thing is.
Right? That's another
Yeah.
misconception. It's like just because you speak the language doesn't
mean you can
like,
teach it, right? Like
exactly.
I'm not an English language teacher. I know how to speak to people. I know how
Mhm.
to make it easy for people to speak, to kind of conversate. But the point that I realized, like,
Converse.
to converse,
Sorry, the English teacher in me is not. See you guys.
no, just
We're brothers, so
yeah,
this is fine.
this is fine. But no, seriously,
Gotcha.
I realized that taking students up a level,
Mhm.
how to help them improve actually, and get them, okay, you're here, I'll do these things, and I can help you get there.
Definitely.
I didn't have that.
Mm.
And this is why I was like, I'm not, and this is why I stopped. I was not an English teacher. This was fun. I talked to many people.
It's been nice.
It's been nice, guys. Like that's not me.
I'm out.
Yeah, it was fun. Honestly, it was fun. Talking to people and stuff like that. That's the part that I enjoyed.
Right.
Because it's this.
Exactly.
It's this. Like you're just talking to people. You help them conversate.
Absolutely.
No.
What was the word?
What was the word?
Converse.
Converse.
There you go.
God damn, I forgot the word again. Yeah.
And also,
Converse.
you mentioned a good point that you're taking students up a level as well, and you're helping them on their journey. But also at the same time, it's very reciprocal because, again, being in a different country, you'd also want to hear more from the people about what they think of their own culture or from their own experiences because maybe they've gone through something that you have, but you get to see it from a totally different lens. So you're also learning.
And you learn about the culture.
Exactly.
You learn about so again, we're in Japan, right?
Yeah.
There are so many things that we don't know about the country. I've been here for 13 years now,
Yeah.
and since everything is, you're in Japan, everything is in Japanese, and especially for the, I think, first 8 years, I think 8 years, my English was not that great. And I had to basically manage
Okay.
just to get by with the little language that I had. So there's so much info that I didn't know for 8 years, right?
Yeah.
And talking to people actually helps you get over that.
For sure.
You get the info through these kinds of conversations.
Exactly.
So yeah. One last question.
Yeah, please.
And then we can wrap up. Complete the sentence, right? When I started this job, I didn't know.
When I started the job, I didn't know how to look at myself in a way that I'm looking at now. I think when I started this job, I had very different goals. I had very different ideas of what this career could become, to where I am now, where I feel like I know what it looks like. I know exactly what it entails. I know where I want to go with this job, whether it's of my own, whether I have my own business or if I work for somebody else or if I just manage things. It also helped me look into myself as a person and understand more things about myself and how I view the world and view people.
I don't know, like I feel like you added a little bit more understanding to the job of
I'm glad.
an English teacher. I as I told you, I have a little bit of stint. I don't know.
Stint, yeah.
Stint to when trying to teach English. Obviously, that was not the easiest. I tried teaching Arabic too, by the way.
Okay.
That was horrible.
Why?
That was horrible, man. Like I
What
realized like English was way better. No, at least like I know what I was doing. Arabic is so much worse than English. Like it's a lot more difficult.
It is, and you wouldn't really think of how to teach it because again, we grew up with Arabic as our mother tongue, and obviously, me being Egyptian, Akram being Yemeni, we have like different dialects we speak, and trying to teach that and also teach modern standard Arabic. Yeah, it's totally two very different kettles of fish.
Yeah, but yeah, luckily that we stopped that.
We
nope.
We mixed it.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you very much,
No
brother.
worries, bro.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
Peace out.
These guys.